Hello to all of you, my students in the 7th grade. This is your English teacher Dana from Ru'a Al Farouk Academy. Today, inshallah, we are going to start with a new topic in this unit, Unit 5. So, let's start. The outcomes of our lesson today, students should be able to know how can they change the verbs into nouns by adding the suffix ment, and how they can change the adjectives into nouns by adding the suffix ness, and recognize the silent U in some words at the end. Answer the questions on Students' Book, page 51. So let's start with the first topic in our class today. Open your Students' Book, page 51. The first topic is the suffix ment. What do you mean about suffix? Let's remember. Yes, they are the endings which exist at the end of the word, like ment. We have lots of verbs in English can be made into nouns by adding ment. What do you mean about that? Look here, we have govern. Govern is a verb بمعنى حكم, and we can change this verb into noun by adding this suffix ment. Government, حكومة. So this is a verb, we changed it into noun by adding this suffix. This is an example. She listened to his ideas for government. We have lots of examples which can be made into nouns by adding the suffix ment. Like what? Agree. This is a verb. Change it into noun. Agreement. Argue. Argument. Excite. Excitement. Equip. Equipment. Entertain. Entertainment. And we have a note here in the verb argue. Number 2, argue, ends with the letter E. If we want to add the suffix ment at the end of the word, we have to delete the letter E, then add the suffix. So these are the verbs, and we changed them into nouns by adding the suffix ment. So these are the nouns. Here we have the meanings of these verbs and nouns. Now let's move to question number 2. Write the nouns in activity 1 next to the correct definition. Here we have 5 definitions. We want to write next the correct noun next to the correct definition. Number 1, a discussion, نقاش, in which people have opposite views. This is what? Yes, excellent. Argument. Number 2, a performance or presentation, أداء, which is fun and interesting. Yes, this is entertainment. Number 3, special items necessary for a particular purpose. Yes, equipment. Number 4, when people have the same views about something, this is, of course, agreement. And the last one, a happy and lively feeling. This is excitement. In this question number 3, we want to change these verbs into nouns by adding the suffix ment. Govern, government. Move, excellent, movement. Disappoint, disappointment. Pay, payment. Advertise, advertisement. Appoint, appointment. Arrange, arrangement. State, statement. Announce, announcement. Measure, measurement. The second lesson in our class today is how can we change the adjectives into nouns, or how can we make nouns from the adjectives. Some adjectives can be made into nouns by adding this suffix ness. Like what? ill, this is the adjective بمعنى مريض. illness بمعنى مرض, this is a noun. We changed the adjective into noun by adding for the adjective what? Yes, excellent. The suffix ness. This is an example. Prince Albert died after a short illness. Okay, here we have lots of the adjectives that changed into nouns by adding the suffix ness. Let's read them. Kind, kindness. Sick, sickness. Gentle, gentleness. Naughty, naughtiness. And ugly, ugliness. So, these are the adjectives. We changed them into nouns by adding the suffix ness. And we have a note here in number 4 and 5. These two adjectives end in the letter Y. If we want to change them into nouns by adding the suffix ness, we have to change the letter Y into I, then add the suffix. Now, let's answer question number 7. Write the nouns from these adjectives. Weak, weakness. Tidy. This adjective ends in the letter Y, so if we want to add this suffix, we have to change the letter Y into I. Excellent. Tidiness. Dark, darkness. Lazy, this is the same of the adjective tidy. Laziness. Narrow, narrowest. Useful, usefulness. Now we will talk about the last topic of our class today is about spelling words with GU. You have to note that in most words beginning with these two letters GU plus vowel sound, you can't hear the U, so the U letter is silent, the U sound is silent. What do we mean about that? The words which start with GU plus vowel sound, the U letter is silent, we don't pronounce the U. Like what? Guidance, guidance. In this word, we have U. After U, we have I. This is a vowel sound, so U is silent, we don't pronounce it. Guidance. We have lots of examples like this word, guidance, like guide, guitar, guess, guest, guard, guilty, disguise, guarantee. All these words have at the beginning of them the letters GU plus vowel sound, so U is silent. We don't pronounce U sound. This question, number 1, write these words in alphabetical order. Write them in alphabetical order, then come back to the video to check your answers. So, your answers should be like this. Disguise, guarantee, guard, guess, guest, guide, guilty, and guitar. So my students, will stop here today. In the next class, we are going to answer the questions in your workbook. So please prepare your workbooks and be ready for the next class.